Yeah, Craig, let's go.
Craig. What's up,
I'm
Craig? You're
This
sick?
is my first. This is my first one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it's so unfortunate you're with me.
Why? You're such a ray of sunshine all the time. I don't know what you're talking about.
Whoa.
Good. Be my mirror, baby.
Well, Craig, thank you again for joining us on another wonderful episode of the Believe Me Don't podcast, where
He
we
needs to
talk
pay you
about
more.
nothing important at all.
Not once.
Not once at all. It's
It's just random bullshit.
basically, yeah. The first few episodes were structured-ish, and then everyone in this channel obviously hated to talk about World of Warcraft, so we had to just do random shit.
Wait, you hated talking about World of Warcraft, or you wanted to talk about World of Warcraft?
They hated talking about
They brought back bad memories, Cypher. Bad memories.
Because you left Vigil. It's your fault.
No, that was what I needed. There was no one there I liked.
Okay. I mean, Spatchy, we're literally with you.
I'm pointing.
like
You see my point?
Okay.
Jesus.
You're gonna
But yeah.
introduce Cypher, no
Yeah,
one knows who
absolutely.
he is. Like
Absolutely.
you pick it up.
I am joined tonight with these two guys. We have Kiwi,
Yeah.
and he's doing great. Obviously, we don't even have
Never
to ask
am.
him. Yep,
And I'm
okay.
always doing shitty. Thank you.
Yep. And then now we have a new guest by the name of Cypher.
Thanks for having me. Hopefully one day I'll be a seasoned vet like Kiwi is.
True.
Yeah, right. That might be Jordan or Donkey.
Wait, how many episodes do you guys have?
I think like 40.
Oh shit!
I think so.
Dang.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm only in the main ones.
The main ones.
I mean, I call them the main ones. Usually when everyone's there, those are the ones I've been in. I
Yeah,
got
but I
dragged
mean,
in from
you're the one-
ICP.
Well, you're the one who I've actually done reviews with mainly. Well, I guess.
No, that's probably Jordan or Donkey. I don't think I've done one.
Well, I mean, I've planned on doing them with you. Like,
yeah, well, how's that go? How's that going?
We will do Gotham Knights, but
Oh my! Wait, I want to complete the tower for doing Gotham Knights.
holy shit. Anyways, yes, Cypher is here. He's not a new person, obviously. I think him and I met in freaking
What expansion?
Legion?
Legion.
No, it had been earlier than that. Because Cypher existed before then. I don't know when
No, I'm pretty sure I started raiding with you in Firelands.
Well, I know you
What
existed in
expansion was that?
Wrath. That was Kata.
Kata was. I think the first time I ever played with you guys was Firelands. The one that after that is when I joined Vigil. So whatever's after Kata.
What?
Mop.
Mop.
Jesus, guys.
I don't even remember.
So yeah, I've known you for a long ass time.
Yes. He was definitely one of the last ones that I raided with of our main group. Suffering through the Vigil days of just god awful people.
I got Cypher. You got the background tattooed on my arm.
Bro. I wonder if you think Hedda is still alive?
Yeah, he's alive. He's on my but I DM'd him once trying to tell him a whole bunch of stuff, even though he didn't answer. So he's in my DMs, and I can see when he's green. He still plays.
Oh my god! I haven't checked on like Rylan or Dark or.
I see Rye all the time in the. Rylan's has his own, whatever it's called, channel. Dark, Chaos, Rye, Cage, Twest. They all play Final Fantasy.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure Head is on World of Warcraft right now.
That man's gonna be 80 still and playing WoW if it exists.
Hey man, do what you gotta do.
Trope.
Just nothing will help that man.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's past his prime by a few decades, to say the least.
He's perfect.
Yeah, all right, get him to heal with you again. That's fine.
No, he's perfect the way he is without me in his life.
No, I need you there for him. Like he's a must. You're basically like his. You're his Kane. That's what you are.
I feel like I was his. Yeah, you're right. I was gonna say Crutch. I guess Kane's a good analogy.
Right. Anyways, yes. So this guy's here. Today we're going to talk about Lies of P. Not Liza P, but lies. Like you lie. It's about Pinocchio, basically.
Whole Pinocchio.
Yep. In a, would you say, steampunk type environment?
I would say it's a Bloodborne type
Well,
environment.
yeah, it's definitely, yeah. It's definitely Bloodborne.
What's that era called? It's a certain era that it's in.
It's like industrial, is it not?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, like Jack the Ripper. Definitely
type setting, yeah.
But yeah,
they refer to it as the Bella Epoch. Epoch. I can't words.
Right. Yep. But yeah, it came out in middle of September. That was one of the first games that I played when I became a new father. So it was, wonderful to come back to frustration, because Souls games, that's all they give me is frustration. So
a crying child wasn't enough. You wanted to make it.
Yeah, basically. Well, I mean, just go and get it out of the way. I did use some of the summons or whatever it was.
Wow, you freaking pleb. Yeah, dead to me. I'm done here.
I did once. I did one boss.
Nope, I never did. I'm not an ever. I'm too much of a man.
True.
Yeah, right. You didn't even know. You didn't even know what your arm was until halfway through the game.
No, I didn't use the arm. There's a difference.
You didn't use your catalyst. You didn't use anything.
Okay, no, when you started watching me, I just didn't use them that aggressively until I was getting frustrated, and then I started.
How can I make this worse for myself? Is what you? No.
The arm was just butthole. Like at least I wanted to upgrade the original arm so I can go and like Superman punch stuff. Guess what? Can't upgrade it. Nope, you couldn't upgrade it. It's literally dumb. Like
I will say that arm was the worst part. Most useless mechanic in the game. Outside of the charges up shock one, none of them were good.
It was just too clunky. And what we're talking about is Pinocchio's given what they call a Legion arm, or it's a mechanical arm that can basically be customized. Which you had like a shield that reflected damage, sort of a grappling hook, mines you could put down, fire you could spew, lightning you can shoot at people, that kind of stuff. And yeah,
it was a waste.
Probably the worst fleshed out part of that game.
Yeah.
What'd you think of? So one thing I couldn't stand was the stagger system. That you could lose their stagger if you didn't do it fast enough with the shatter on their health.
I think it was okay because it basically made it so they wanted you to keep swinging at them. But
it caused like a sense of urgency that made me get greedy when I knew that they were close to being staggered.
Well, I mean, yeah, but that's part of it. It's to make it feel like you have to get in their face and you have to try and power attack them, but then you get punished if you miss. So I don't know. I don't think it was bad. I liked it.
It's true. I guess I take it back. It wasn't bad. It gave me anxiety that I rushed whenever I was like, oh, this is the time I need to knock them down.
White bar, I need to hit him.
Bar, exactly. Although I will say, two-handed stagger weapons were by far broken. Nothing else even mattered. To get your slowest weapon, do your charge attack, run behind them, and you could sometimes stagger without the white bar being up because the stagger was so strong.
Yep.
And it made fast weapons very, very much at a disadvantage. I beat the game 4 times, and whenever I was at a boss, I just used the same giant weapon.
Yeah, I hate giant weapons. I hate being slow, so I use the stupid ass rapier.
Normally, I agree with you until that giant sword of fate or whatever it was called came out, and I realized how 2 charge attacks staggered almost everything in the game.
Which one did you use?
The one that extends if you use the special ability and becomes almost a polearm, the giant white sword. I think it's called the Sword of Fate. I might be making that up.
the Sword of
Yeah.
Arc of the Arc.
Yeah,
Right?
that one.
I did end up kind of using the Puppet Ripper, but it was still too slow for me.
Oh, the nameless puppet's weapon's broken because it's slow and it can go fast, depending on what weapon you use or what thing. With that, you have to beat the game to get that.
Yeah.
I think I had the Mad Donkey's weapon, and I just kept switching my handle like crazy just because everything felt awkward. No matter what I was fighting, like if you used a big weapon and you had to have a slash attack and it wasn't a stab attack, any wall in your freaking path would just drive me nuts because of the good old clank. Which basically meant I hit the environment and it stopped my swing, so I got beat down.
Yeah, the wall contact was kind of wild in Lies of P comparatively to other Souls game. So, what bosses did you think had the most fun mechanics, or that your favorite was?
What's her name? It's easily
Laxia?
Laxasia. Yeah, is it
Laxasia?
Laxia?
Laxasia, you're right, Laxasia.
Laxasia, the complete is what her actual name was. The first phase, I always broke her weapon, which forced her to phase. And supposedly you can break her weapon a second time in the second phase. I don't know how the hell you do that, but more power to those people. But that second phase was just ridiculous.
So I used the decay or acid catalyst, and I killed her in like 2 or 3 tries. Comparatively, I don't know why, maybe I got lucky, but comparatively, I thought she was easy, but I just got lucky with my catalyst. And what I said before with the giant two-handed sword, she just got staggered, and then I kept attacking her, and I was in phase 2 in like 30 seconds. So she was very, very weak to decay.
I feel like most of them were for the decay. I didn't know about the whole element thing until you told me. With what was it? Fire for certain ones, and then lightning.
It was lightning for puppets, fire for humans, and decay for monsters.
Yeah, I didn't know that until you told me. I was just using fire the entire time.
Yeah, fire on a puppet was awful. Lightning would stagger them so fast.
Yeah.
I used nothing until the end, so don't you worry. Cypher's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Use the grindstones.
You could use it so fast.
Use your Fable Arts. Use it. What are you doing? You're killing me here."
Oh my god, the Fable Arts. I forgot about that. You didn't use those at all.
The which one? The what?
The blue bar, the strongest attacks in the game.
Oh, the Fable Arts,
The one
yeah.
you could charge up depending on the weapon, and he's just like, nah, I'm gonna auto attack.
I mean,
it was so slow, it drove me nuts. It was like, wind up. All right, I'm smashing. He's getting up. All right, another wind up. Oh, it takes twice as long. All right, let's smash. Oh, and I got hit.
Well,
hey, it depended on the weapon. No, I'll fight you. Get in there. We'll PvP.
I would love to, bro.
No, I mean, I can imagine.
I would have so much fun doing that.
You're bullied. I hated the second fight of the Black Brotherhood, and the only reason I hated it because on mouse and keyboard. Don't ask me. I couldn't get my controller to work, like any of them, but the targeting on there was miserable. Every time I like twitched my mouse any like direction, targets someone else in the back that's not attacking me. I just get like beat down.
Yeah, I do not recommend playing this or any Souls game on mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, never. But so the second Brotherhood fight, they wouldn't spawn. Wait, are we allowed to do spoilers on this? Obviously.
Oh yeah, spoiler alert. Go for it.
Spoiler alert. They wouldn't. The fourth brother doesn't come back until there's one left. So I got 2 to 1 hit left, and then attacked them, and then it was just 1v1 versus the fourth guy. So I actually didn't have a hard time with the thing because it waits until you have 2 down.
Oh yeah, I realized that. Eventually, I started getting them low.
Yeah, exactly.
Any Souls game that has multiple bosses in a fight is ass.
I don't mind multiple bosses, but I'm getting sick of the "you think you won, here's a cutscene, phase 2" type of situation. Just make him change his moveset at 50%. I don't need another cutscene.
Nope, it's called Lies of Phase 2.
No. I got PTSD from Sekiro, the headless
Oh,
monkey.
that was perfect though, because I didn't go to a cutscene. You were just like, "Sweet, I'm done. I killed
Yeah,
it."
but
And then you're just like, gets back up.
They tease you because it says boss dead, like the thing pops up. Like you literally think you're done.
Oh, that was great. That was perfect though. Like,
Literally was almost uninstalled the game.
It is pretty stupid that after you see the cutscene one time, it should just never play again.
Well, that's what I like about Lords of the Fallen. You can skip them all right away.
Nice.
I did like Liza P though. Once you fought them, they were there waiting. So like you know how like it might be a cutscene when you go in but you die.
Yeah.
When you get back to the room and you traverse in or whatever the word is, the boss is waiting. It's not like it has to like come out slow motion again.
no, I mean it's fine. I feel like every time I faced the boss the first time, I did like a bajillion times better than when I fought them after I died.
More
Like,
reaction,
when they-
not waiting for things.
Well, I mean, it's more that I was like already in the middle of the room. Like, King of Puppets just manhandled me for a while.
King of Puppets, I will say I had the most deaths on King of Puppets than any other boss. Well, all right. What was the hardest? So you said you like Laxasia the best. What was the hardest one for you? Both.
I mean, King of Puppets was definitely hard. The stupid monster of the swamp was ass.
Should have used fire.
Trove. Nameless Puppet did take me a minute until I went back and did like the switch the weapons and did more.
Honestly, I think that Nameless Puppet would be the hardest if it wasn't the last boss when you were at your best. If that was in any other part of the game, I think that would be insanely hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to say it was either Laxasia or probably I'd say Romeo. I wouldn't really say King of Puppets. His first phase wasn't really hard. It's just Romeo beat me down.
Yeah, so I would say by far, I actually counted deaths when I was playing this game the first time, and King of Puppets and Romeo was number 1 at 28 tries. But my second highest for death, so this is going to be weird, was the Walker of Illusions, the lady who multiplies herself and you have to fight. Remember the mini boss that
Yeah, I face rolled her.
I don't know what it was. Maybe it was her combos were so long, but she took like 11 tries.
Which one?
It's called the Walker of Illusions, the one that multiplies at 50%. I had trouble with her.
I hated that bitch. I just ended up having to cheese her and threw a bunch of shit at her and then dropped down.
That's literally what I didn't drop down, but I used all my throwables too.
Yeah. That was stupid. But like I said, since I used the rapier, shut up, Alexa. What the
Then I will say that the one who tied was another mini boss, the black and white, the mad clown puppet, the one that comes down that ramp before the King of Puppets.
Oh my god, yes.
Like 13 or 12 times I died fighting that person. The first time I was there.
I got rolled by the boulder first time because I didn't.
That's fantastic.
How long did it take y'all to beat it? Like the first time?
30-something hours probably.
I think I was 32 or 34 hours.
I was probably around there too.
Yeah, I was in the 30s, but most of mine was I definitely had a few hours added to mine where I just sat there AFK because I was going to help Jaden and stuff with the child.
The child.
Blaming the child for your time. Yeah.
Spawn, the little Spawn.
But yeah, it was definitely in the 30s. So I attempted to start my New Game Plus run, and I got to literally the first boss with Parade Master. He had so much health. I was like, I can't do this.
You needed to switch your weapon.
Oh, I 100% did. But I can't play with slow-ass weapons. The only reason I did in Elden Ring is because the cool-ass move I got with that great sword.
Yeah, just the curve, like jump in the air, slash, jump away.
That's all I did. That's how I beat Melania. I just jumped on her ass the entire time.
All they do is scale health and astronomically high. On number 4, I was level like 300 and something on my 4th playthrough, and I was still getting one shot. Like they just scale health and damage astronomically high on bosses.
Well, you said you freaking went to like New Game Plus 3, didn't you?
4. I was on number 4 because I messed up one of my achievements and I beat it, and it was just I was getting one shot at level 320 something.
Good God! See, that's what maybe they actually did it correctly. I'm sure we all hate how I know Kiwi does, where you just are doing a multiplier and they go up and become more of a meat shield. But like for Elden Ring, you could go up and it felt like they didn't go up at all. I speed ran that game after I beat it like the first or second time.
Right, but if it's a joke, what's the point of New Game Plus? Do you want it to be easy?
Well, Well, I guess if I would actually switched weapons and did my upgrades correctly and shit, then I'm sure even the first boss wouldn't have been that hard.
The hardest boss on New Game 3 and 4, I'm not joking, because of the health and the damage, was the White Lady, because she's the fastest boss. And
you just break her weapon.
Well, yeah, but because of the scaling,
she just starts chunking you.
Like everything's so fast, you just die, or strong because of the scaling. You die in 3 shots, and she's so fast.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't parry at all either in this game.
I'm not.
So I was a dodger, because nothing will ever compare to Sekiro parrying to me. Maybe God of War too, but God of War is just a lot easier.
It's a whole different genre, in my opinion. But yeah, I agree.
But I mean, I didn't do that in Elden Ring either, because I just dodged, because I never understood, because you had to physically watch. There was like no actual color cues.
So it was hard and challenging and good.
Yeah, I don't want that. That's stupid.
You want a damn coloring book?
Yes, please.
You don't need. You watch their weapon. That's how you learn that kind of stuff.
I'm looking for a color. I'm not looking for a dull.
No, they're not gonna give you this red flashy color and be like, "Hey, look at me, I'm doing
it doesn't
something."
Have to be flashy, but like in Sekiro, it was like a little. What was it? White or yellow type?
It was red.
Red was it red?
Pretty sure it was red.
I thought red was like deadly attack.
Well,
red was dodge. You can't parry red.
Yeah, I think it was white or yellow.
You could parry red in Sekiro.
You sure?
As long as it wasn't like a sweeping attack. Certain reds you could parry.
Oh, all right.
It just brought, if you didn't parry it properly, it would stagger. It would put your like stance or your stagger up really high or really fast.
Right.
What'd you think of the plot? Are you like, or how they did it with the Geppetto and the characters?
I thought the story was awesome.
Do you guys lie and take your weapon off the? Well, spoilers. Weapon off the picture.
Well, I mean, you saw me take it off the picture, so.
Oh yeah, I yelled at you. I was like, "Go click on it! Go click on it!"
I don't remember what I did. I go through. I don't really read a lot of things, but it was a cool story when I did pay attention.
Well, sorry, last spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. After the credits, it looks like they're doing Wizard of Oz next.
Yes, that I don't know how they would tie that into this one, so I don't know if it would be like a sequel, but
I
it
think
looked
they're
like she
doing-
was coming into the town or whatever. So
I think that there's going to be an overarching company or organization or group of bad guys that span all of the fairy tales. Is what my guess is, because
that could be cool.
remember on the train, he literally goes, "Hey, we have to get that arm back," and then he was looking for the Wizard of Oz lady. So I think it's like
Dorothy.
so I think it's an organization that's just going to have a part or need
There's a
something.
crime ring of the
Yeah,
Lord
like
of all the fairy
he
tales.
called some lady. He called some lady. He's like, "I'm going to get the arm, but we have to find Dorothy."
How's that gonna? I mean, I'm just curious how that's gonna work. As in, what makes her special of how Pinocchio was special?
They're going to be those red shoes.
Yeah,
but
ooh, they could maybe have a
kicking-
kickboxer.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, if they do a Souls game where you can kick, I'll be pumped.
Yeah, but they should like take one leg off and like it becomes like in what Nier Automata or whatever, where her legs are just super spiky or something. I think it's Nier.
Take a leg off.
Yeah, you take a leg off, or maybe she like her shoes are magical and they like give her super flashy abilities or something, or like weapons that appear when she taps them.
all right, the closest thing she's probably gonna get is something closer to magic. Like you guys are just, I don't know how.
No.
I don't know how Pinocchio was like made. Dorothy's still a human, so like Pinocchio is something different.
Yeah, but she's not in Kansas anymore, you know?
Oh
Oh my god. I'm gonna put you back in Kansas. How about that?
Throw.
I just hope it's not for that. I hope it's not DLC. I'd rather, or if it is DLC, it's DLC that introduces her and then takes her to her world, versus it's just her game and it's just DLC with it. Because I think that there's no way they can flesh out enough.
Well,
Or it has to be like an expansion.
I'm hoping that they learn their lesson. So the first God of War, well, not the first. It's technically the fifth or the fourth, but God of War, when they changed over to the new storyline and the Greek gods or the Nordic gods, that was Thor was supposed to be DLC originally, and it was so big and it was such a good game that they scrapped their DLC and made another game. Like that wasn't their original plan. So I'm hoping that they do the same thing, and no matter what, they don't do DLC and they just make another Liza P game straight up, because it was really good. I didn't get one glitch, not one.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely the game ran perfectly fine for me.
Yep, it was absolutely perfect.
Key, did you get Elden Ringed at all?
No, I surprisingly I didn't. I might have crashed like once at most, but like other than that, like there were no. Surprisingly, it was actually like polished. Like there were no real big problems. Although I mean, like I don't know what could have caused problems there, other than like actual like memory problems or cache problems. Just because there wasn't enough in the world, and it wasn't really like massively open. It's not like I think like if you compare it to Lords of the Fallen, I'm pretty sure there are so many mobs on the screen sometime, and fire just literally wrecks people that there's too much. Like it's not handled properly. But that might be a loading problem as well.
Playing Starfield on one side of Liza P and then Lords of the Fallen on the other side of Liza P, I have been living in glitches and freezing and kicking me. I was so happy that Liza P ran the way it did. League's better than the other two games when it comes to release date.
Yeah, people mock
Yeah.
Starfield, so
Literally, I have like 7 quests that couldn't be done on Starfield.
Good old Bethesda.
What do you think of the
Also-
music? What about the
Oh,
music?
the music is phenomenal.
Oh my god, that song, dude! I downloaded one of the songs on Spotify. The one that the lady in the window gives you.
See, I like
What's it called?
Fascination. I don't think that's it though.
What's it freaking called?
I'm not gonna remember.
I'll
You're gonna have
remember
to
it when I
actually look
see
at
it.
it.
It is. I think it's called "Feel." I'm gonna listen to it now. Or I'm gonna get an ad.
Is it a female singer?
Yeah, it's "Feel." It's "Feel." That song was so good. I downloaded it on Spotify.
No, that is. I just the main thing I hated that I couldn't do is play that while I'm in the town or like in the
Oh my god,
city
I
or like
know. They should just.
fighting.
I mean, they should just play. They were wicked loud when you were in the base. I wish you could just play them slightly quieter and just the entire game.
Definitely one of the complaints too is the whole upgrading. You had to go all the way back to the town or whatever, or not town, but the hotel. That
No,
was like what was it? Halfway through the game, it finally opened up.
So yeah, it opens up. It opens up halfway through the game, but once you do play through again and the four, all of them can always do it.
Yeah, I mean that's fine, I guess, but
I think it opens up as soon as they get attacked, right?
yes,
In the hotel.
I think so.
What'd you guys think of the talent system with the heart?
It wasn't like super in depth by any means, but it was, not complicated. So I mean, it was okay.
I think some of those things should have never been there.
I think all of the ones that were around the vendor were dumb. Like extra reduced prices, consumables. Because if you play the game where you do everything, they're literally waste of talent points. Like remember that like the gold, the fourth column all the way to the right, where it was always like about consumables and throwables and prices.
Yeah,
I think those were a waste. I
I
didn't like the system.
they probably should have structured it more like you had attack. Say you had your guard or something to do with your weapons, then you had your stamina, and then whatever. Then probably your fable arts or like maybe your grindstone type stuff. Like they should have based it more around that. Like it's offensive or defensive, not. Some of them were just weird. Like okay, my pulse cells, which are like your heals or your what's it called in Dark Souls, your Estus flask.
Yep.
It's like that's what. So when your pulse cells are discharged, you do more damage. It's like okay, fine, and then it's like when your weapon durability's max, you have more attack. It's like
Yeah. So
you
one
have
attack.
yeah, well you have one attack, and like later on you get something where if you perfect guard, it restores part of your weapon durability. So like you can activate it more, but like it doesn't. Those like abilities just don't feel good because it's like having something where you can pick, hey, you'll have this 80% of the time, or you'll have this 5% of the time. Chances are you're going to pick something where you're going to have it more often versus the other one.
But like I agree, like the amount of things that they had with the while your pulse cells are discharged. Why do you make so many talent points like that when you give me 11 pulse charges? Like I'm never empty.
Yeah, they need like a downside or something. Like this heals for more, but you have less.
Yeah, they should switch it. Do this while you still have heals left. If you're at 0, then you lose it. Like
That was cool though that you could do one for the throwables and like your throwables just become fairly OP.
Do you know how many throwables I used?
I know.
Maybe like 15.
They
And
did
those were
become OP as shit though if you stacked them and did that whole thing. You could mess up. Like that's how I think I almost beat the nameless puppet with by doing the throwable situation. And then I just kept running out of throwable, so I was like, okay, I guess I'll attempt to have to actually fight this boss.
the only throwable that was worth it was the bottle with electricity and the cannonball for stagger. Everything else was dumb.
Yeah. The saws were pretty good.
The saws were good because they did so much dot damage, but the cannonball, anything was staggered in like 3. It was awesome.
I mean, at least the throwables did something. Most games they
That's
make it
true.
so they're literally only to like break something down or have it fall or like aggro something. So
Oh, wait, I have a question for both of you. Non-boss, what was your most annoying enemy? Made you I have mine, and I'll tell you after, but what was your
like
most
any like
a
any
mob,
enemy.
any mob. What were you like, "Oh, god damn it."
Um, what was that thing? There was a mini boss before Laxasia that was behind a door or like a wall that breaks through.
The boxing clown that's fast? The thin one?
I don't know if it's a is that a boxing clown?
It's got boxing gloves, but it's thin, and it jumps around with cartwheels.
No, not that one. Those like weird puppets.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find it.
This is the jester. The jester is a kind of a mini boss.
Yeah, the jester's the thin jester was one of the hardest, but not the one that pissed me off the most.
Some of the dumbass carcasses is annoying.
No, mine was those half body doll babies that interrupted everything when the tentacles came out. You
Oh,
know
they're
those
just kind of
like
like whipping around.
yeah, and they just lay on their back and tentacles come out, and no matter what weapon you have, it doesn't go through. I was losing my mind when those guys were just dropping off the ceiling.
I know a lot of people struggled with the guys with shovels before you could roll out of it. Since if you got hit by the shovel,
The charge
you
forward
got
ones.
the firewalkers. Like if you stagger them, they fall back and they like fire fart cloud.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
they have the shovel and they come up and try and like hit you over the head. I know if you don't have the rising dodge and he just keeps hitting you. Like you're basically probably gonna die or you're pretty close to it.
Yep, those were tough.
I can't find which one I have. I don't know I don't know what it's called. I know where they are, but I can't find a name of the thing. I thought all the like what are they called? Stalkers? All the stalker based people. They were just it's either if they hit really fast, they were annoying, or you just pushed them over. I think the Mad Donkey was the hardest early on, and after that you face rolled them. There are some I never fought though. Like I never fought the Black Cat, the Red Fox.
Oh, did you give them you gave them the fruit?
Yeah, well I gave them the fruit and then
The
they
black
just sort
cat
of
was
like
harder than the red fox.
yeah. Like I don't know what they did. I think when I tried New Game Plus, I made it up to Romeo or King of Puppets, and I was just like, screw this. 'Cause I hate that fight.
Just to get a big sword and lightning, bro.
Tro. So where would y'all rank this in terms of Souls games?
I'm gonna put this at number 4 behind Elden Ring, Sekiro, and Dark Souls 3.
Well, I can't really like add to the ranking here. You know that,
Yeah.
right? 'Cause I haven't played a Souls game, but Bloodborne's better.
I'm gonna tie it with Bloodborne.
Oh, you get out of here.
I love Bloodborne, but I love Lies of P. I didn't play Bloodborne 4 times. I played Lies of P 4 times.
You couldn't play Bloodborne 4 times. It'd be nuts.
Why couldn't I?
Yeah, you just be nuts. You don't have a New
I
Game
am
Plus
nuts.
system.
I am nuts.
Yeah, I realize that. Something wrong with you. I need you to be mad. Be mad for me, Cypher. You're always smiling.
I'm smiling ear to ear, no mad.
There was a this article from Insider Gaming talking about like ranking them and stuff. Number 5, I'm sure y'all are gonna disagree, but is Wulong.
What?
Yeah, get out of here.
That was just Block Simulator. I beat that game in 12 minutes hitting one button.
4 was Lies of P. 3 is Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
That's good, but I don't even consider it a Souls game.
No,
Yeah, that surprises me that you would consider that. Neo 2.
What the frick?
Yeah.
Did Team Ninja sponsor this list because they have 2 games on it?
And then Sekiro's first.
I'm pretty sure Team Ninja made Wolong and Neo.
They did, I think.
So
they
they paid
did.
for this list. This is literally propaganda.
Yeah. I don't think, Lies of P definitely one of the hardest ones. At some points, it was more difficult than Elden Ring, but at the same time,
So the thing about that is it's more difficult than Elden Ring because it's not open world. Where Elden Ring, you can go abuse anything, where you can just go grind levels. If you can't beat something, you can just go
Yeah.
grind levels. You can't do that in Lies of P the same way.
that's true. Considering, I spent it felt like 3 days on the first boss in Elden Ring.
Yeah, because you weren't going to grind levels.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which boss was that?
Margaret?
Margaret. The first
Oh.
story boss, not the
Yeah.
first boss. The first
Yeah.
main boss.
Yeah. But then during when I did New Game Plus and I was OP as shit, I went in there and spanked his ass. It was wonderful.
So when I played Elden Ring, I went south first and there was a dragon and I fought it like 96 times. And I was like, wow, this first boss is hard. And then I went to Margaret and I was like, oh, that wasn't the first boss.
And
I
you killed the
smoked
dragon?
The black dragon that was south from the starting point, in the water.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that wasn't the first boss. This is way easier. So I had an easy time mark because I just spent 100 deaths on a different guy.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the. I don't know if it's the issue for Elden Ring, but it definitely is a thing that can bring it down in terms of difficulty.
Wait, so Spatchy, what do you rank on this Lies of P? You
I
heard
mean,
mine that list?
I've only played the Elden Ring, Sekiro, and this one.
Dude, the
I
three
wish
best-
I would
the
play.
two best ones.
Yeah, I wish I would play Neo.
No, Neo. No, don't play Neo. If you're gonna play another one, do Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3. Don't do Neo.
I tried Dark Souls 3. I cannot. It's way too slow for me. I don't know how.
Bloodborne's popular because it's a faster pace. I'm not joking.
Yeah, I don't know how I made it through Elden Ring because it's a Dark Soul, like mainly a Dark Souls, but I just got OP as shit, so it was fun to murder things. Dark Souls, I just felt so. The movement was janky. I felt slow the entire time.
Dark Souls is hard. That's why I like it. The Dark Souls. I died more on Dark Souls than any other Souls game. Dark Souls 3, I mean.
But Lies of P still is the easier of the 3 that I played. Sekiro is still number 1 for me.
Sekiro's number 1 for me too.
It has to be. And then Elden Ring.
No, yeah. I'll do Bloodborne when you do Bloodborne.
I'm hoping they freaking do a remaster or something.
Yeah,
or a remake of it.
You'll like Lords of the Fallen if they can fix the frame rate. I'm not joking. It's the fastest paced Souls game I've ever played.
Like, oh yeah, I saw someone do it. Like, I think I said this last week in our podcast, or a different episode. But I saw someone with a fist build, and they just went in on this boss, and they were just like beating the crap out of it.
I will say, I'm not joking. Lords of the Fallen, they have as many items as Elden Ring does. It's mind blowing to me. The game's not as big. There are so many weapons, gear, everything, builds, magic. There's like Inferno and there's Radiant, so there's 2 different types of magic. Same as Elden Ring. For how big the game is, there's an astronomical amount of versatility.
I mean, that was one of the good things too about Lies of P. It didn't have too many, and it had kind of a variant. But I wish I would have played around with more weapons. But
I mean, I tried, and I just kept going back to the Sword of Fate or the Arc because nothing could compare.
Yeah, like I said, the puppet one was pretty cool. I'll stick with my rapier though.
A big bonk.
That's why you couldn't play New Game Plus, because you used a rapier.
True.
Well, you could have. You'd be perfect at guarding.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're gonna dodge forever because you'll just hit him 4,000 times to get his health down.
Yeah, if I would have had unlimited stamina in that game, it would have.
A cheat.
Yeah,
I've been fine. Not one Souls game has unlimited stamina.
Well, that's stupid.
Okay.
If I can sit there and bounce around in Elden Ring with a big ass sword, then why can't I have unlimited stamina?
I don't know.
I should have unlimited stamina. I'm carrying a toothpick with the rapier
All
compared
right,
to
so go
you
put a
trying to
toothpick in
carry.
your hand right now and roll around on the floor indefinitely.
I will.
yeah,
You're not going to get tired?
No.
I give you
Nope.
3 somersaults and you throw up.
Well, that's fine. If I try to do it with the sword of cock over here,
I give you
wouldn't even
0.
do
I give you 0.
one.
You'll cut yourself in half.
Exactly. So I feel like I should be infinite with the
Also,
stamina.
puppets don't breathe, so I feel like he could be infinite stamina. You're right on Liza
Yeah,
P.
exactly.
no. He's like half puppet, half human.
It
you know,
depends.
His
He
P
stays-
organ, his P organ, that's actually beating. That's stamina.
No, if you don't tell any lies, he stays puppet.
Imagine that actually
But-
messes with your stamina.
That'd be crazy.
But
you do more damage.
Messes with your hair color.
if you actually use the Legion arm, that's a mechanical arm, so it should never become tired.
It just runs out of bullets. I don't think it becomes tired.
Yeah, you lose your energy. What are you talking about?
I'll oil it up
You're
again.
using your P charge. There's not such thing as infinite energy anywhere in the world, bro.
Yes.
In my dreams, there is, baby.
Elon's gonna come up with that.
No, Tesla did, and he got killed.
Tro. Well, on a scale of 1 to 10, what are y'all giving?
I'm gonna give it an 8.5.
I give it a 9. I think it's pretty good. The main thing me giving it a 9 is I didn't have performance issues.
The only reason it's not a 9 for me is because of length and lack of the amount of weapons. Like, there was no ranged weapons. There was no special builds. So,
Yeah, that's true. There was no
8.5.
build. Only it was straight up melee.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even consider the throwables a actual build either. So
Yeah, no, definitely not. So 8.5 because of length and weapons, not because of storyline or graphics or anything like that.
yeah, it's an easy 8, if not a 9. Easy peasy. Hopefully
We don't give 10s. There's always room for improvement.
Tro.
Wait, didn't Elden Ring get a 10?
9.5.
Oh, good, because that game sucked.
The only thing I'd change about Elden Ring literally is so many people missed so much content of the game because they had no idea where to go.
That's with Summit 1G tried to play it. He literally got so frustrated he was just running around and quit.
Literally. Dude, that quest line for the moon ending, Rainy, or whatever her name is, the puppet with 4 arms.
Yeah, Ranny.
That's literally like fucking 16 quests and not one of them tells you where to go.
No one in their right mind even understands the storyline of Elden Ring.
Oh, they do. George R.R. Martin helped them write that, and there are entire podcasts that go into the lore of Elden Ring. Everyone knows everything.
If you need an entire podcast to explain something, then that's just, it should be like Bobby showed up over here miraculously. That's cool.
I just wish they put a dot on your map. That's all I needed, a dot. I don't even need it constantly. Just let me hit map and give me a little orange circle.
No, what they need in Elden Ring, which I'm still curious if Donkey will actually go and if he'll play co-op seamless with me, because I could probably actually do it if I have someone there with me. Because
I'll play with you, dude. I'll restart.
Not you're too good. You're too good. I needed to be Donkey because he hasn't played it before.
I'm not too good. I played that game.
Yeah, you are. I know you'll play the crap out of it. You're a Souls fiend.
I will never. Says the guy who plays games more than me.
I play grindy games
so
more
far
than you.
behind you.
I play really grindy games. Anyways, the thing that game needs is 2 modes. One called guided and the other called unguided.
Yeah.
Because I do not do well when I am not guided a little bit. If you don't have to tell me exactly where to go every time, but you need to give me some level of indication. Not, hey, you're supposed to talk to this person who's behind this rock in the middle of nowhere. He's also in a cave. It's like, what do you want from me?
Also, he's hiding. Also, he's hiding. Also, you have to say the right thing when you talk to him.
Yeah, he's behind this invisible wall. Like, oh yeah, let me go slash every wall in your Dark Souls game.
Oh, we didn't talk about that. I'm gonna go up to 9. I actually liked that Liza P didn't give me anxiety about rolling into every freaking wall. because there wasn't fake ones like Dark Souls, Elden Ring, even Remnant 2. Just fucking get out of here with the fake walls. I don't care. I don't need that in my life.
Yeah, that's not like I think you make an item that you find
That makes them
tells you
go
where the
away.
well, or it's sort of like it blinks the wall, like it sort of says
Yeah.
like it does something, but
Yeah,
you have to kill like
make them exactly. Make them fake unless you have a certain item, and then you watch them phase out when you get near them.
yeah.
I can't handle that stuff. I can't roll into everything and just be like, I'm probably missing so many secrets right now. My brain can't do that.
I think Elden Ring also would benefit from scaling in certain areas.
Like with you.
Yes.
No, I kind of like the fact that you just like went into a new zone. You're like, oh, I'm not ready to be here. I kind of like that. It gives me that old. It gives me that old WoW feeling. In vanilla WoW, if you were like in Tirisfal Glades on the undead side, and you actually went into the Eastern Plaguelands, and there was like level 52 shit, I was like, oh, that's not where I'm supposed to be. I love that feeling.
Yeah, but then you end up just never following because you don't know where to go. You never follow the storyline to continue down that path, and you just go over here to
think about
BFE.
it. If you scaled on Elden Ring, you could just grind infinite levels at the starting area.
That's fine. All the bosses would adjust, though.
Yeah, but then the whole game is the same difficulty. So you don't have to grind anything if it's scaling.
Good. You don't know how many things I killed in the underworld type place to
Dude,
get
when that
unlimited
elevator
souls.
went down, and that whole ass city was down there, I almost quit the game. I was like, I just took so long learning this world. How is there another? But yeah,
I mean,
9.5 for Elden Ring.
Easy, yeah.
We're putting Liza P up to 9 because of no fake walls.
Well, yeah. I mean, maybe I may try Lords of Fallen.
Wait,
but
just wait. Watch the forums. I'm not joking about the frame rate. It's the first time I've ever shut a game off for performance in my life.
I wonder how it is on consoles though.
I had
Xbox.
It was awful.
Xbox was like drastically worse. It probably was made on PS5 because even PC had problems. But yeah,
So the way to fix it, I'm not joking, is that when it gets bad, hard restart the game and you get like 2 hours of good.
Yeah, I'll probably play it.
Do it.
Anything else you want to say about Last Week?
Excited for the next one. If hopefully it's not like 5 years away.
True.
yeah, man, they put quality in that. I'll take 5 years away. I don't think that game needs 5 years. The voice acting in there, great, fantastic.
Oh my God, everything audible. There wasn't even any glitches. Everything audibly was perfect.
I think make the world a little bit bigger, like the explorable parts. Make it a little less linear,
less guided. Yeah,
because like you can put a lot in there. It's a little,
but not Elden Ring big.
No, it doesn't need to be open world. It just needs to be like slightly bigger.
Yeah, I agree. Dark Souls.
True. Well, we're gonna end it there. Thank you for listening, and I'm glad we got Cypher to. I wish Jordan would have been here too. He finally finished it, but yeah, maybe Cypher will be on another episode. I'm trying to think of what else we could do.
I'll join them. Let's do anything. I can talk about anything.
True. So we have socials. Obviously, it hasn't been anything posted because I haven't even edited the other episode that we just did last week.
What are you doing?
Playing
Child is taking
Gotham Knights.
Hey, won't talk about this is the Gotham Knights.
But yeah, I have this one up probably by the end of the week or whatever.
Wait, where do you post these?
So they go to a site called Anchor, but it's Spotify essentially now. So, but it goes to Spotify, and then I do a YouTube video or whatever and put it on there too.
Is it posted right next to the Joe Rogan one on Spotify?
Yeah, sure is.
I know you guys are popular.
Oh yeah. I'd be afraid. I'd be afraid if we had like 200 people listening to this.
Be fantastic.
Fry.
But yeah, we're gonna end it there. Thank you for listening. Cypher, we have a thing that we try to do, but Donkey messes up every single time. But there's only 3 of us, so we try to say, and remember, you can believe us if you don't. So we're gonna split it up.
Wait, what do we say?
And remember, you can continue to believe us if you don't.
I don't
So-
understand.
Exactly. I'm gonna say it. And thank you for listening. And remember, you can continue.
To believe us,
If you don't.
Thank you.
I'm already better than Donkey. Recruit me.